What if the opportunity, clients, impact, and transformation already exists, but is searching for someone courageous enough to express them? Hey, it's your girl, Sherri Somers, and I want to unpack that right now. I said that inside of my IG stories, and the response was overwhelming. And I want to share that with you exactly what I wrote inside of my story, what had the internet in uproar. And I really think that you really need to ponder this. If you haven't already, grab your Diva notebook, grab your diamond pen, because I'm going to show you exactly what I put inside of my slide that moved people in such a way that created a transformation in their life and actually in my business that lead to leads and sales. All right, so let me break down my slide for you really quick of something that I said that was just so transformative. I said, what if the opportunity, clients, impact, and transformation already exists and they're searching for someone courageous enough to express it? I went on to say, maybe your next level isn't waiting on you to force it. Maybe it's waiting on you to stop filtering your voice through fear, performance, and the need to make something happen. So much of our content feels like pressure. Buy this, click here, watch this, choose me. But the most magnetic people I've ever seen create from overflow, not from desperation. Your current season may not be happening to you. It may be trying to teach you something that need to be expressed through you. A message, a truth, a story, a new level of understanding and a new level of honesty. So, let me ask you something. What if your current state is teaching you that what is the current state teaching you that you need to express? And when I literally said that in my stories, the replies that came back were just so amazing. And let me tell you how I unpack that, how I even got to that space. I bought a course, of course, and I have been in the space of not just teaching digital marketing, but also teaching from a space where the people who are stuck in their mind, who want to create that digital marketing, who want to build wealth for their family, who want time and freedom, I realized quickly that they were stuck in the indecisive mode. So I can teach you the steps of digital marketing all day, but if you won't do the steps because you're stuck mentally in your own space, in your own head, what good is giving you the strategy? So when I learned quickly about myself, about my business, where when I am in a space where something will give me signs and download that this is a space I need to stay in. So I'm in a season in my life where it's not about the steps, because I literally do a whole masterclass for free on what the steps are in creating that message that communicate, that get you a yes and buy. I already do that every week. But what I realized, I'd had 9 applications that reach out to want to talk to me one on one, and everyone had the same exact pattern. It wasn't about the steps. Some of them came in thinking they need system, but the conversations that I had with them, they all had the same pattern. They all was stuck in this indecisive mode because they failed to realize that they were trying to manifest something instead of becoming the manifestation. And let me break that down a little deeper for you to understand that. Many of them came in thinking, hey, I need systems, I need tools. But when the opportunity was presented to them, they were stuck right there because they could not see themselves figuring out, how do I get the investment to solve the existing problem that I have in my life? How do I get there? How do I move from there? And when you have the inability to solve a problem that's inside of your brain, that's just evidence enough that you really need to invest, right? But they cannot see that. They did not know how to get their brain to create the resources necessary to say yes to themselves, to have the things that they desire. Whew, that was a whole lot. And when we often hear about the word manifestation, where we have to manifest, or we have to say these type of manifesting things, and hopefully these things is going to take place, when truth is, what if we attack manifestation from a different level? Because you want the client, you want the transformation, you definitely want to be in that space to be able to create that. But what if those space already exist? What if those areas in your life already exist and they're just looking for you, the vessel, to express it for them? Woo! I know that's deep, so I'm going to bring out my whiteboard so you can see what I mean. Okay, so let me get it right into it. So I want you to I want you to understand what we're talking about. We're talking about in the way how you think about manifestation. You've been thinking about it like, hey, if I just say these affirmations, I will get what I want. I will get the clients. I will get the transformation. I will make the impact in the world. But what if you attack it from a different angle? What if you attack it in believing, right, that this is you, right? That this is you. And the person that you are right now, you're looking to manifest time, money. You're looking to manifest time, right? That's your little clock. Right? You're that's your little clock. And then you're looking to manifest freedom. And I'm not an artist, so I'm just gonna do a palm tree. Right? Because this is a palm tree. So you're looking to manifest freedom. You mean time, freedom, and money. That's what the most person is looking for, right? So, and this is you over here. Here's the good news. The good news is the money, the time, and the freedom want exactly what you want as well. The money, the time, and the freedom wants the good news about it is because you're looking to manifest money, time, and freedom, and money, time, and freedom is also looking to manifest you with you as well, right? So what if we switch things around? What if we take you off wanting to manifest these things and have time, freedom, and money? What if we move from the belief system that time, freedom, and money wants us to? The client that we want wants us to, right? The transformation that we want to make wants us to, right? The impact that we want to make wants us to. But what if we release instead of trying to us to choose it, we allow it to choose us? So stay with me for a second. So what I was trying to express is the same thing that you want the client, the transformation, the impact that you want to make, and the opportunity that you want to make in the world. All of that wants you. They've been wanting you. They're just think of them like a big whole thing that wants you. And what you are to them is just you are the vessel. So they want to come into you. You're just a vessel carrying what these things are anyways. You're the vessel carrying that client that's seeking out for you. You're the vessel that carrying that transformation. You're the vessel that carrying that impact, and you're the vessel that carrying that opportunity. So what if you're thinking in the idea that the clients are already looking for you, right? What if you're thinking that the people who are already seeking you out to get a transformation, these things are wants you as well. They want you as well. So because they want you as well, the idea behind this is, I want you to stay here with me. The idea behind this is they're just looking for someone courageous enough to express them, to speak for them. My girlfriend was my girlfriend just came from a store, and she says she walked inside of the store. As soon as you walk inside the store, there's this beautiful girl that's wearing this beautiful dress, and she just out of nowhere, don't know her from Adam, ran up to her, gave her this big beautiful hug, and just rest her little face on her shoulder. My girlfriend sat down, dropped down to her level, and gave her this beautiful hug. And my girlfriend's like, wow, believe it or not, I needed this hug, but I didn't even ask for it. And this girl, just out of nowhere, this beautiful young lady, she got to be like around 5 or under, and just gave her this beautiful hug. And she said her mom turned around and be like, hey, or her aunt, excuse me, turn around and says, hey, do you know my niece? And she's like, no, I don't know her from Adam. She's like, but that was sweet of her. She's like, oh my goodness, that was so sweet of her. Right. And what if the universe takes care of itself? So she didn't have to go say, oh man, I wish I need a hug today. The child, the angel, I want to call her, literally knew that my girlfriend needed that hug and gave her that hug. Let me give you another example. One day, my husband and I was on the phone, and we were talking about something, and it went left. And I got in my car. I was already in my car, and I got out. I said, you know what? I just need to walk, and I just need to express myself quietly, and I just need to just walk in. And that's how I relieve stress. That's how I relieve And when I'm in awkwardness, or I'm in a uncomfortable situation, or conversation that did not sit well with me. And in my head, I had made a decision that I was like, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm going to make a decision on this thing. And but the decision that I made was based on how angry and upset I was. And then out of nowhere, I'm literally walking past these two couples, and I remember very well. I can tell you what she had on. She had on a white shirt, but it had blue flowers all around it. And she had on a jean skirt. And she was walking with her husband, who had on a jeans pants. And they were older couple. And you can tell they were together for a while, because here I am trying to get my workout on, and they're holding hands walking. So they're just pretty much doing their evening routine. And I can remember, like, oh my God, I got to get around these people. I got places to go. I got things to do. I don't have time. And I literally, if you can tell, so there's a circle right here, and I say, and I'm walking up here, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I have to pass them. So I passed them, went around the circle, and when I went back to here, when I went back right there, they caught up with me when I went around the circle. And when they caught up with me, gentleman said to me, he says, hey, right at the intersection, he said, hey, my wife got a nudge from God to pray for you. My wife got a nudge from God to pray for you. And she don't know how you're going to take it. And she kind of cringed about telling you, but I stepped up, and I want to tell you. She said, you don't have to tell me what's going on. You don't have to tell me what's the situation, but I want to pray for you. And in that moment, I was like, I just lost it. I just lost it. I was like, who are these people? I'm like, in my head, I was like, oh my God, now they're gonna ask me to come to their church, and all sorts of stuff started to come my mind. But my mind said, well, do you need help or not? I'm like, yeah, Lord, I need help. And she started praying for me. And what she started praying for me, and matter of fact, even my husband, she started praying for forgiveness. I'm getting goosebumps even just kind of telling you the story. She started praying for forgiveness, and she started asking me to find in my heart to forgive. And trust me, at the end of the day, it's always the me. It's never somebody else. And I'm like, who are these people? So I said, okay, so wait for it. They're gonna ask me to come to church. They never did. She came at this intersection. She prayed the prayer that God knew I needed. And after she prayed the prayer, I went home. And I'm like, okay, I was waiting for her to ask for something. She did not. She did not ask for anything. Her husband left. And till this day, I've never met him again. Never seen him again in a day of my life. Whoo, Jesus. So I finished my workout, and I got in my car, and I left. And my husband and I went out to eat. And I was telling him the story. And he was like, no way. I'm like, yes. No. And then I was started telling my girlfriend the story, because I'm like, just no way. But I wanted to share this personal story with you, because this is how my life works. Like, this is the power of walking in. You are the manifestation. Like, you are, like, what you want already was seeking you. You're just a vessel to carry out the client, the transformation, the time, the impact, the opportunity. You're just a vessel carrying the thing out. They're just looking for a vessel to manifest what's already expressed. That's it. And I want to stay there with you, because once I understood that, and I'm like, okay, this woman is definitely from God. My marriage has been better. My business has been better. Like, everything just kind of, everything that was meant to break us. Oh my goodness. Like, sometimes I look at my husband like, who are you? Like, how did I get this lucky? You know what I'm saying? Because this situation had to happen to give me the marriage, the life, the business, the everything that I wanted. But now here's the thing. I want you don't get distracted that right here, it proved to me that what I wanted already wanted me. So all I need to do was just release in trying to force myself to get the client, to get the transformation, to get the impact, to get the opportunity. I didn't have to do that. All I had to do was surrendered when he says, hey, can we pray for you? Just surrender to what they say. All I had to do was say yes. All I had to do was say yes and let yes figure out this stuff. My girlfriend and I have this thing where we say we hire out the how. We hire out the how. Our job is just to be the vessel, right? Be the vessel to and express this through the vessel. And we hire out the how. We don't ask, how is this going to happen? How is this going to take place? We don't ask that. Because did you know that that prayer put me in a different position? That prayer made me feel a different way. That prayer made me feel like, oh wow. Like, I came home to being a better wife, better mother, better everything, based on the what I was seeking was already seeking me, but I just had to have the opportunity to surrender to it. And that's the thing. Like, you may be posting and saying click here and doing this, and that client wants you as well. That client that can afford your price, that client that have the disposable income to pay for the investment that you have. That client that want your offer to transform their life, that client wants you to as well. Now, but if you are going backwards and saying, where's the client, Sherri? Where's the client? You miss the whole idea of what I'm saying. You miss the whole opportunity of what I'm expressing to you. Because the clients choose you. You don't choose the client. Because the client choose you based on the growth work necessary. That's the same thing in life. You don't choose your problem. Your problem choose you based on the growth work that that's necessary, that you need to grow out of. Like, there's some things that there's some non-negotiable that I had in my life, and the only way that God could get my attention is for those non-negotiable to happen. Is for those non-negotiable. And when those non-negotiable start expressing themselves, God tested me and says, okay, is this your non-negotiable? Is this it? So now what does that mean for you? That means, if you understand everything that I just said, like, manifestation is not about you wanting something. It's about something already wants you, and you just have to release and be still for it to take place in your life. Let me even go deeper. So if you believe that and understand that the money that you seek already was seeking, and you don't need to seek it. The time that you want already wants you. You don't need to have it. You don't have to worry about it. Another, and I can only speak from experience, because that's how because I wanted to really resonate with you, so I can only tell you my story. My husband worked a lot, so when he has a day off, a few weeks we had a 3 days off weekend, and the weekend was so beautiful. It was the best weekend ever. Best weekend ever. Now, I could have said, like, man, you always at work, or man, you always doing this. But the time that we spent, we're like, okay, when can we have this again? Right? So so my point here is, had I be in the idea of, I want the time, I want the weekend, I want this. But if I release it and work on me up here, come back up here, work on me, work on my maturity, my growth, my intelligence, my light, working on shining my light, time will come without me even realizing that the time came. Now, let's put it back to business, because that's why we're here. If you know that the money you want wants you, the clients you want wants you, the transformation you want wants you. And let me just give Samantha Daly her credit, because she expressed and opened up this idea to me. If you already know that this is what's happening for you, already know that this is what you want, and it wants you as well. How would you show up in the world? How would you show up in the world if you know the things that you've been trying to desire, it already had desired you? That's why it's in your mind, because it already had this. The fact that you came up with that thought tells me that it wanted you. The fact that you came up with that thought in your mind is just symbol that that thing wants you. And all you have to do is just to be a vessel to express it in your positioning, in the words that you say, in the way you market your business. It's already wants you. Knowing this, what would you create in the world if you know that the things that you've been in your mind had already want you, and it's coming, and it's just signed to tell you, go higher, believe bigger, don't drop it. It's already there. I'm already there. I'm already in you. You are my vessel. Just express out for me. Whoo, Jesus. I'm just like getting chills just thinking about it. So when I understand this concept, this principle, that the clients that I call to serve already wants to work with me, when I understand the principle that the transformation that I want to make in people's life, they already want that transformation for themselves, it release the inability to want to force. It release the having to want to show up going live every day or marketing every day. And it release that. It take the pressure off. Something Samantha Daly said inside of one of her courses. She says, because I like to give credit when credit's due, and she says something about Miley Cyrus and when Miley Cyrus won her first Grammy, and all this. Miley Cyrus is a beautiful singer, and she is amazing, but she's never won a Grammy. And in her speech, she spoke about, first of all, everyone was just shocked. Can we pause here for a second? Like, she is such a great artist, such a great singer, and never ever won a Grammy, right? Can we just pause here for a second? And no matter what amazing song she put out, it just seems like somebody always beat her to the punch. But the minute she relaxes and adapt this principle, the idea of the Grammy, the award already wanted me. I don't have to go seek it. I don't have to find out what's the best trends type of. Do I have to create a song for TikTok to dance to for me to get that award? When she relaxed and realized this, everything changed for her. Then she get the call. Then she get the song. Then she get an idea. Then she expressed the song. And boom, years later, once she relaxed, because you're like, oh my God, Sherri, years. Yes, because that's how long it may takes you to relax if you don't adapt this principle fast enough. And in that story, she talked about this young man who was trying to catch a bee. He got everything. He got all the trap for the bees, and he was trying to catch the bees and just could not catch the bee. Just kept coming up short. And he just felt like giving up because it's just not working for him. And the minute this young man stopped trying to chase the bee landed on his nose. The bee landed on his nose. The minute Miley Cyrus decided to relax, and in her mind, it may be, oh, it's just not in the cards for me because I'm trying to get this Grammy. It's not in the cards for me. The minute she relaxed, she got her Grammy. Isn't that so? If you adapt this principle that you're putting work out there in the world, art, whether your art is expressed through a story, a marketing piece, talking head, whatever the art is for you, if you create from that space that I'm just putting this out there, and if they get it, they get it. They don't, they don't. Once you adopt that principle and you let the word go forth, you let the marketing go forth, you let the visibility go forth. Once you put that out there in the world with not being tied to the outcome, your life will completely transform. I want you to understand it the same way, like let's say you're running ads. Once you put that ad out there, you don't know who's going to bring back. You don't know what type of clients it's going to bring back. You just put it out in the world, right? And based on who hear your message, who hear your story, they conform to it and they pull back and says, hey, I'm interested in what you have to offer. And then they become a client, and they, from your digital product to your back end product, and so on and so forth. But truth of the matter is, you didn't know who's going to be pulled in, but you release that. You release the knowing. You release the knowing. So I want to kind of share that with you because we're in a space right now where everything online sometimes seems forced. And when I apply this principle to my life, this has been in the same concept of me telling you about deciding and deciding from a place of certainty, because you certain it will the universe is working out for your good, deciding that God ordained the universe already is working out for your good, and the things that you ask for, it wants you as well. When you realize that even in the pain that was caused to break you, even in, but I know in the idea, but Sherri, you don't know what's going on with me right now. I'm really my business not where it's supposed to be, and you don't know whatever. Even in the relationship, even in the friendship, even in if you understand what I just said, that what you're looking for was already looking for you. So stop looking. Is imagine going into a store and you lose your child in the store. What do you tell your child? Don't move. Mm. Don't move. Don't move. Just keep talking so I can hear your voice. And your voice will lead me to you. Don't move. Just keep expressing yourself. Just keep sharing your point of view. And as you share your point of view, as you share your creativity, as you put out love in the world, so you have to be understanding as you put these things out in the world, it will magnetically come back to you. Now, let me also say this. If you are seeing that what you're putting out there in the world and there's some friction of what coming back, you have to examine that. You have to examine that and say, what am I putting out that's bringing this back? And there was a time when several different people got on my page, and I'm like, got on my call, and I'm like, what did I do? I didn't question them. I questioned me. I'm like, hold up. I need to vibrate so high that no low vibration people can't find me. Like, it'll be like, oh no, that's too high to climb. I need to vibrate so high, and you need to vibrate so high. Now, will the enemy still drop trinkets in that vibration? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. The enemy will do. But will it stand? No, it will not stand. Because at the end of the day, when everything is said and done, you will look back and be like, oh. See, people think that if something challenging has happened to you, that's a bad thing. No, if something challenging has happened to you, it's just a test to see if you are strong as you say you are. And I don't mean physical strong, it just means mental growth, emotional growth. So that pain is just part of the growth necessary. Sometimes you're heading in the wrong direction and you just needed that pain to knock you back on. God knows. And when it knock you back on and you're in it, you realize that it was worth it. Right? So you're trying to grow your business. Like, man, I want to do this marketing, but it just to express myself and speak and get on camera and do it consistently. It's like, ugh. But when you're applying it here and saying, hey, I'm not forcing it. I'm doing it because I want to put out positivity in the world. I'm creating based on what I want to see in the world. When you apply it from this space, when you apply the knowledge from this area, it completely transformed the way you market your business, the way you market your digital product, the way you show up. It completely transformed the belief system of how you see yourself and how you talk about yourself and what you choose to create and the content that you choose to create and the content that you choose to show up, because you know that once you do that, time, clients, transformation, opportunity, impact, see you and be like, oh my goodness, I'm magnetically attracted to what this person is putting out. So I want to come in and use them as a vessel to express me. And I'm using these things as product to express me. But if you're putting out hate, and if you're putting out sadness, and if you're putting out parasital things in the world and wondering why you're not blessed, hello. Hello. It's me. My Cardi B voice. But the idea here is, like, you have to understand that you hold the key. You are the vessel. You hold the key. Everything is already within you, right? Everything is already within you. And it wants you. Now, will you surrender to it and take a pause and ask yourself, every content you create, everything that you say, everything that you do, is this the good I want in the world? And as you do that, you're vibrating so high. Like life is so good right now with this principle, and once I adapt it, it's like you want to go back and thank your enemies. Like you want to go back and thank the pain. You want to go back and thank, like, life is so good right now. Where's my camera? It. I want you to say life is so good right now, right? And you. It's because you learn and understand the power of what pain is supposed to be, why it's there, right? Like you're looking at, oh my God, the pain hurts, and it does. But you wouldn't appreciate the other side had you not had the pain. You wouldn't appreciate the person you love had you not had the pain. You wouldn't appreciate the desire of that love had you not had the pain. So you go back and you're grateful for it. You're thankful for it. It's hard to do when you're in it. I get it. So when the clients are not coming in and you just think you're going to close on that deal and you didn't close on it, you thank the opportunity to be aware of it. And you keep manifesting from a higher vibration because you remember you are the manifester. Because what you were thinking about you want, it already wants you. So when you release from trying to have the outcome or release from that, when you're released from it, then guess what? Life expresses itself even better. I want to close here. There's a gentleman, and he said to me, he says, why do you give away? He messaged me on Instagram, and he says, why do you give away in your free masterclass the strategy of making daily sales? Why do you do that? Why do you do it on YouTube? Why do you do that? And I didn't respond to him, but if you see this video, I'm going to respond to you here. It's because I know that I can give away the free strategy, but if a person does not adapt this principle and have a space where vibration like this is being taught all the time, the strategy won't work for them. It won't work for them. So I'm not afraid to put out the strategy or the tactics on my page, on my YouTube channel, on my podcast. I'm not afraid to do that because I can give you all 5 steps of creating daily sales in your business. But if the mind of who's doing the step does not have this principle, and this principle takes a muscle to build, right? And that's why people come in my community to learn not just the daily sales, but to how do I build this muscle? Because once you build this muscle, the daily sales automatically comes. But once I learned this idea behind this, that you can give a person $1 million and they'll be broke in 7 years, because there is a training of the mind that has to take place in order for them to hold and duplicate that muscle. So no, it's not about strategy. It's about understanding that you are the manifestor and what you want already wants you. That's why you don't have to be tied to the outcome, because once you release that and start creating greatness in the world, the client, the transformation, the impact, and the opportunity come to you like wildfire. It's your girl, Sherri Somers. Thank you for coming. Make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you on my next video.